Well, hello and welcome to the Sinclair C5. Welcome to what many people are saying is the future. This, of course, is the new BMW CE04, which is an all-electric scooter from BMW. Now, full disclosure, I am not the biggest fan of electric vehicles. However, if I am going to like an electric vehicle, I think it's going to be in this format, which is compared to a massive great SUV, a relatively lightweight, hopefully fast to charge and manoeuvrable little machine rather than a great big 3.5 ton SUV. Anyway, should we bugger off? Now, obviously, this is designed for an urban environment, and we are not in an urban environment. However, I've lusted after a little electric vehicle like this to take me to and from work out in the countryside, and we can sort of wiggle through some lanes and drift through as a friend of butterflies and badgers and be nice to the environment, which is what they tell us. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Now this, although it's kind of a review of sorts of this bike, I wanted to talk to you about electric vehicles. I have some quite polarizing opinions, I guess. I'm certainly definitely not on the bandwagon of praising everything all electric. I don't think we're quite there as a society yet. However, there are some bonuses, so we're going to chat through those as we scoot along. And again, this should be, obviously this is, massively at home in an urban environment. We're not in an urban environment. The best I've got is Basingstoke, which is about 15 miles up the road. So let's head to Basingstoke and see if we can impress the trendies of Basingstoke, which there are none, by the way. Basingstoke, I apologise if you live in Basingstoke, but it's not known for its culture, let's put it that way. Look at this, what a great road for buses to come down. I mean, what an intelligent bus route to plan. I mean, it's just brilliant, isn't it? Let's put 2 double-decker buses, thank you, down a tiny little country lane. And do you know why? Do you know bloody why? Because they built a new housing estate on this tiny lane, and they've done nothing about the infrastructure of how to get to and from the lane. So it's just fucking mental, isn't it? But, as long as somebody made a load of money off the planning permission award and built a load of shit houses, which will probably last about 10 years. So obviously we're cruising along in silence, pretty much. There is a kind of quite a sci-fi whisper and a howl as we hop along on our little eco bike behind this massive polluting bus with no one on it. I mean, that's the stupidity of all of this. Technically, I really appreciate electric vehicles. I think they're technically very good and pretty clever. And even some of them are good performance vehicles, like if you're going to go for a Taycan S or something like that. But what does irritate me is someone will go out and decide to spend £150,000 on a Taycan Turbo S, and some of them think that they're saving the planet in some way, which is complete bullshit, in my opinion. But it's not as simple as that, is it? And I think everything in this world is designed for us idiots, us morons, us drones, to just consume. And electric vehicles are just the latest thing that we've all like, oh, quick, jump on the bandwagon, let's all get everyone to buy an electric vehicle. Nobody's really thought it through. But let's see, maybe this bike will change my mind. We've actually gone up in mileage now. We've gone to 60 miles range, which is rather exciting, because I do have anxiety issues, and I don't like the thought of range anxiety. You gonna let me out? Oh, thanks, you fuck. You're damaging the environment. But actually, him in his old shit car is actually doing the environment, in my opinion, unless this convinces me otherwise, a massive favour. Because surely the answer is just to keep your existing vehicle and fix it. Don't buy new stuff. 60% of the CO2, if that's what we're going to measure all this by, 60% of that damage occurs when an electric car is made So that's obviously mining the lithium and all that shit and all those horrible dangerous chemicals, which are so green, aren't they? They're just so lovely to the environment. And I believe Volvo have recently released a bit of research and documentation which can directly compare their EV range with their normal combustion engine range, and they've found that the overall benefit, inverted commas benefit, depending what you class benefit as, is not found with an EV. It doesn't surpass the combustion engine until it's done 90,000 miles. 90,000 miles. That's in sort of semi-worst case scenario, depending on where you get your electricity from and all that stuff. But that is just fucking mind-boggling, isn't it? That it's completely not what the governments are telling us. It's not what car manufacturers are telling us, apart from Volvo, obviously. And it just fucking... Well, it doesn't blow my mind, actually, because it's, as everything is, it's all about money. It's all about taking the money out of your pocket and putting it in someone else's pocket. And that's based on an overall lifespan of, I think, they expect the battery-powered car to last 120,000 miles. I'm sorry, but there's no... My battery on my laptop dies after about 2 years, and you need to buy a new one. And that calculation, that 90,000 miles, isn't including the CO2 penalty of replacing the battery pack, which is the worst part about it. So there's all sorts of bullshittery and numbers and shit going on, and I think the public have been misled, or they certainly haven't been fed all the information. And I think when it comes to buying massive SUVs that are electric, it's just fucking stupid. It's just insane. However, this type of vehicle, I think, definitely would have its merits, because it's, in terms of big Volvos and stuff, it's lightweight. It's got a much smaller battery pack, so there's less lithium and dangerous chemicals in there to make it, and it's just a more commuter, easier object to understand as an electric vehicle. You're not going to want to do massive miles on this, so 50-mile range, if you're in London, that may take you a week or two to get through, if you're only doing 2 or 3 miles a day, just like popping down to the office on a little scooter. So actually I think it's a pretty good idea, electric, in formats like this. Likewise with e-bicycles. I think e-bicycles are incredible bits of kit, and I just wish they were de-restricted and there wasn't a speed limit imposed upon them. And I understand that, you know, you don't want people to get on it and then get drunk and don't cause a crash somewhere. I get that, but God, talk about penalising the many to account for the few. But yeah, so that's, I guess, my overall sort of thoughts on the environment. I think we're being fed quite a lot of shit, as we are with every agenda. Let's use that word. It's a conspiracy theorist's favourite narrative. There's another one. But it is to sell vehicles. It's the same that the British government did 15 years ago or so, when they all told everyone to go and buy diesels because they were the future and they were less polluting. And now, oh no, we're going to ban diesels. Right. You know, they massively boosted sales of diesels, and in fact diesel fuel used to be cheaper than petrol, now it's way more expensive. So, you know, mission successful. And we're so fucking stupid that we just go, oh yeah, the government's told us that electric cars are best now, let's go and, come on Betty, let's go and buy a new Nissan Leaf. Fuck off Betty. Actually, a Nissan Leaf, or a small format electric car, I don't have a problem with. It's the massive ones I find just fucking stupid. It's idiotic, but you know, tell us how you really feel. Anyway, so how's this experience? Well, I'm quite enjoying it. I mean, the sun's gone in a bit, so I don't feel quite as cosmopolitan and Italian on this German beast as I did. Again, this vehicle's not really designed to live outside of the city, so I'm not doing it a favour in terms of testing it in an environment like this. So I'm already now thinking, oh shit, have I got enough to go to Basingstoke and back, which isn't very far. It does have a heated seat, which was very nice this morning, but again I pumped it on to full with the heated grips, and I'm just constantly concerned that I'm not going to be able to get home. And that is that's why at this point I can't consider buying, certainly not an electric car. This is slightly different, but again, I don't have any storage now because I've filled up this. You've got to be very organised. I think that's the key. If you're gonna embrace this electric revolution, you've got to be super fucking organised. You've got to have a supercharger at your house. You need to have an electricity tariff which gives you a cheaper rate in the middle of the night to charge your car, and you need to set a timer to charge it between midnight and 4 AM or whatever your tariff is best. And then you'll start reaping the benefits, I think, of electric car ownership. But let's face it, energy prices ain't getting any cheaper, are they? So arguably, I don't know, what is the cost per charge of petrol? I guess I'll try and work it out. But then I probably won't because I'm dyslexic. There is no, it's certainly the opposite of one of those oiky little 50cc two-strokes that sit at the traffic lights going ming 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 ming. You're not going to annoy anyone on this. This is, you know, absolutely virtue signalling at its best. If it had a Ukrainian flag on the back, I think we'd be at 100%. Right, welcome to Basingstoke. I'm saving the planet, and you guys are just fucking it up. Look at me on my giant vagina. It's as if they know that I'm an eco-warrior. I think I might join Greenpeace or Insulate Britain. Just stop oil, guys. Just stop it, yeah? Just stop oil. When are you guys going to learn? We don't need plastics either. Or anything like that. Just stop oil. Just stop it. We'll make everything out of wicker. Oh dear Lord. Oh dear. Lord. They got bullion in the back, or the rear suspension's absolutely fucked, or it's full of teenagers doing bongs. Right, is this the town centre? Town centre! Welcome to Basingstoke! The most artisan thing here is a KFC fillet burger. Right, we're going to beat everyone here. You ready? You ready? You ready to get fucked over? We're off. Whoa! Absolutely smashed him. Whee! Look at that instant grunt. The Dragon Palace Chinese restaurant. This would be a pretty good Uber vehicle, actually. Oh. Well, I'm going to do a rev bomb in the tunnel. Here we go. You ready? You ready? Should we go into a car park? Should we see if there's an electric parking space? And see if we can charge up in the Festival Hall shopping centre. Not that I can buy much, because the other test I need to do is to buy my dinner. We're okay. We're in. Wave here. Well, there should be electric car charging somewhere around here. Electric points, here we go. Electric vehicle charging points on level 5. Is that one? There it is. How do we do this then? Am I going to have to download an app now? Fucking better not. If I have to download an app, they can fuck right off. You don't need to download an app to fill up with petrol, do you? Please hold RFID card. I don't have one of those. Is there like a thing to pay? Should I Google it? It's a BP Charge Master. I need to fart real bad. Let's hide my search history. Install now. BP Pay for Fuel and More. BP Charge Master app. Oh, fucking hell. We're transforming the way you charge. Oh, fuck it. I'm sorry. Fuck that. I'm not getting involved in that. They can fuck off. I understand there's got to be a way of paying for it, but why can't you just tap your fucking... Why do they need all my information? Why can't you just tap a contactless card and say, put 10 quid in it, mate? That's what I dislike about this whole thing. It's not ready. It's just not ready, Breck. And now I'm going to have to pay to get out of the fucking car park unless I hurry the shit up. How do we get out of here? I need to fart again. Right, well that's pretty dissatisfying. Please drive through. Yes! Why isn't this 2 lanes? What a waste of everyone's time. I mean, the road is fucking here. It is here. This was a lane at some point, but some fucking wise guy decided, no, let's not let people go home to their families. What's going on here then? Hey, what's going on here then? Being on a bike is bloody brilliant. What is that? Oh, it's all its shit. Oh, it's just gone round and roundabout too fast, mate. Okay, let's go on the motorway. Let's do it. Are we allowed on the motorway? Right, so we're on 39 miles now. Let's see how... This is when it really sucks the range. Okay, let's do a top speed test. Here we go. I think we're limited to 79. Oh, there's not much wind protection. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The battery ran out. But yeah, so we just did a quick hop on the motorway. It wasn't too bad. It topped out at 79 on the dash and would not go any faster. So if you want an idea of what it's like to have the future vehicle of a completely speed limited vehicle, get one of these. It's probably sent an email to my mum telling me I'm riding recklessly too. I wonder if riding these makes me more self-righteous than a cyclist. Probably not. There's nothing more infallible than a cyclist, is there? Oh, look at that, Piaggio Ape. I'd love one of those. I mean, you can sneak up on things. It's quite nice. You don't get... You know when you turn up somewhere and you've got an RSV4 with a full Austin racing system, and you just feel a little bit of an arsehole. None.
Select payment type.
Okay, so we've got a little pack of salmon, a couple of bits of rice, and a Whisper. I mean, if this doesn't fit in here, then we've got serious problems. Yeah, loads of room, look at that. Riding along on my Eco Warrior. But this is a really rather pleasant experience. I mean, it's just a shame the sun's just gone in, but it's definitely a new thing. And I like it. It's nothing to do with the environmental thing. That's just, like, I don't believe this vehicle, any electric vehicle, I don't believe, is overall positive for the environment. I certainly don't believe it's as good as what everyone is saying it is. I think you're better off just keeping your existing vehicle, whatever that is, whatever it is, even if it's like a V8 Mustang, it doesn't matter. And just holding out for some alternative fuels. I think that's going to be the future, or a I don't know, some kind of hydrogen platform, or nuclear. I think nuclear's the way to go. But you just got to convince people that it's safe. Don't do the launch at Chernobyl. But as an interesting experience, I think this is brilliant, actually. I really enjoy it. I like the feeling of the torque. I like being quiet. I do feel awkward sometimes. Like when you come up with horses and stuff like that around here, and walkers, you know, I don't want to be obnoxious. And I am. So this feels like I'm sort of being nice to everyone. And I do feel a bit more righteous. And again, not because it's an environmental thing, just because I'm being less of a dick. Look at that fly tipping fucking shittery. Fuck you. And on that note, with a environmental disaster that we've just driven past, I shall wish you a good evening. And yeah, I think let's discuss. I mean, what do you think? What's your thoughts on electric vehicles? I think I've let rip on my thoughts. However, I do think this is a pretty decent mode of transport if you have the right environment. So anyway, take care. I'm going to go and eat my dinner. Bye.